Exciting times in Minnesota. Karl-Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell, two offensive stars, maybe superstars for sure. But do they play enough defense? Do they have enough defense around them to get back to the playoffs? Let's dive right into the film. Minnesota Timberwolves season preview. Scout with Brian. D'Angelo Russell is a bucket, plain and simple. I love his game, especially offensively. There's really no shot he can't make. So good out of the pick and roll, getting to his spots in the mid-range. An elite shooter off the dribble. His stats compare pretty similarly to James Harden at this point in his career. That's why I think Rosas really targeted him and knew he'd be a great fit in this system, in the spread pick and roll that they like to play. And in the preseason, again, he didn't miss shots. It looked like made almost everything off the bounce. The question with him is, can he get to the free throw line a little bit more? Can he get to the rim a little bit more? Obviously, can he play enough passable defense to be a playoff team, a leader on a playoff team? But again, there's no question that he can shoot the living crap out of the ball and is an elite scorer in the NBA. Otherwise, Josh Okogie will be their likely starting two guard. Don't know exactly what their starting lineup will be, so just kind of took my best guess at it. But biggest thing for him to stay on the floor is being able to make threes. 27-28% around that in his career. Been pretty inconsistent. Looks a little better in the preseason, but obviously we need to see if that'll carry over. Gets a little hesitant at times, starts thinking too much. Got to just shoot this right off the catch. No reason to put it down into a step back, tougher shot. Again, when he comes off with confidence, though, defender goes under the dribble handoff action. That's a shot he needs to take. And again, sometimes he starts thinking about it too much. Needs to also improve his basketball IQ, especially on the offensive end. Right here, you either got to be cutting to the basket all the way, or most likely you couldn't here. Get all the way out to the three-point line, get to the corner. There's no reason to catch the ball right there. Ends up flinging the ball, nobody in particular. Here's one of the examples where he thinks too much. Again, this was the same situation. You got to shoot this ball as a starting two guard in the NBA. That's got to be a shot. Ends up holding the ball way too long in the way of Karl-Anthony Towns. Get out of there. What are you doing? Got to clean up some of those things on the offensive end. Not a huge driver, but will get in there occasionally, usually going to his right. Needs to improve as a finisher at the rim as well. Where he makes his money is as a defender. That end, he's really good. That's why they really like him. That's why they likely start him, because he will guard the other team's point guards, do what Russell can't do, since they'll hide him on a two that doesn't move all that much. Okogie is a big-time steals, strips guy, really competes on that end, uses his length pretty well. Really frustrated Luka even in this game. Kind of really into his business. Did a great job getting up into the ball. Active stance. Again, the strip once again. Really good on that end. Malik Beasley is handsomely paid now. Is he worth the money, though? Remains to be seen. Is a very capable, good shooter. Little erratic at times on that end, but looks pretty good in Minnesota's system in the preseason. A lot of just catch and shoot stuff. He also can shoot off the jab. What he really needs to do, though, is lose the ego and not all the other off-court nonsense. Needs to just buy into playing defense, being a star in his role in Minnesota. If he's picking up guys like that full court, he'll be in good shape. Again, like Okogie, good steal, strip guy. His reason that he would be starting is kind of because he could play that small ball, almost like 4 at times. I know he's like 6'4", 6'5", but he's a little like Robert Covington and how he fit there. He's a big shooter. He's a good defender. He can switch 1 through 4 easily. Overall, should be a very solid piece for them. Jake Layman. 33% generally around that from 3. Very capable. When you watch him shoot, it always looks like he should be better than that. Like he should be in the 36-37% range. Maybe this is the year he finally makes it over. Certainly looks really good in the preseason, but again, that inconsistency has been what's kind of kept him from being a reliable NBA starter. Has a chance to start for them again as a small ball 3-4 type. Was a generally the pick to start in the preseason, but again, who knows what happens in the regular season. He's also a big-time slasher off the bounce, not a tremendous ball handler, but if he needs 1-2 quick dribbles to get to the rim, he's a very good athlete, very springy guy for his size. He's also a good weak side cutter. Ricky Rubio will always find you on those cuts. Here's Beasley, even finding him from the weak side slot. Needs to improve as a defender. There's no reason to be flying like this at a Kyle Anderson slow-mo shot fake. He's probably with D'Lo and Cat, couple of the weaker defenders on the team. Cat, offensively, no question, he is a superstar on that end. There's almost nothing offensively that he can't do. Feels like they need to create a few more of those passing situations for him out of delay type sets, but he can nail threes with the best of them. I mean, every time he shoots the ball, you expect it to go in. Cool little slash, they call this play. It's an angle pick and roll with the weak side slot guy cutting, so there's nobody really to stunt to Cat. Tyus Jones tries to fly at him, but Cat still gets the shot fake flyby three. There's Layman jumping again. Here's what Cat needs to really improve on, though. I mean, his feel for knowing when to contest and when to stay home at the rim is almost like flipping a coin. I mean, it seems like he's just guessing at random. He gets pushed around. He gets bullied too frequently defensively. Here, he needs to be here earlier to be able to actually get Morant away from the rim and not let him dunk the ball. Kyle Anderson gets all the way to the rim this time. That shot needs to be blocked. I mean, his rim protection is just abysmal, and that's why I almost thought they should have taken James Wiseman, because he could have played behind Cat, been a 5 that really protects the rim defensively, because Cat just, for the most part, does not do that. You'll see the occasional clip here and there of a block, but for the most part, for his whole career, the story has been just a lack of rim protection, a lack of cleaning up the defensive glass, a lack of enough intensity on that end. For them to be a playoff team, he really, really needs to get better on that side of the floor. Ricky Rubio, great to see him back. He'll be maybe the backup point guard, maybe start alongside Russell. We'll see again what exactly they decide to do. A little surprised that they dropped Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. Him and Rubio had a good chemistry in the preseason. Tremendous passer out of the pick and roll, obviously. Has a good rapport with Cat from his old time in Minnesota, clearly. Gets into the paint frequently. Finds him, even for deep duck-ins. Just super high IQ, super good feel. What he's not so good at, shooting the basketball. I don't know who opened the window. He's occasionally been able to shoot threes. He's passable from there, but very, very inconsistent. Where he really prefers to get to is like this 6-7 foot set shot. That one he shoots pretty reliably. It's just, you can't really get to that all the time. Otherwise, just plays basketball. He's good, active, runs the plays, runs the team, does what he's supposed to do. Will be a leader. Will definitely get after it defensively. He's another really good strip steal guy. Really active on that end, always in the right spots. Will really communicate with the young guys as well, and help tremendously from a leadership perspective, which is really valuable for them. Taking a charge there on Tyus Jones. Anthony Edwards, the rookie. I just did a lot of film study on him. Check out his draft scout up at top. But he looked pretty good in the preseason. Pretty confident shooting the basketball. Was really hot in the first half of this game. Made his first few, but then he missed his next 5 or 6. So definitely hit or miss. That'll sort of be the story of the season. He's got some mid-range game as well. He can obviously create a little bit, but his handle needs a little bit of work. It's a little bit loose right now. Not afraid, though. I like that he's aggressively gone to the rim on some of his takes in the preseason. Nice little hezzy into the finish at the rim there. Definitely add a lot of much-needed athleticism and length for them. Needs to get more discipline getting back in transition, but it helps when you can catch up and block shots like that. Certainly a big-time athlete. Again, when he's engaged and in the stance, should come up with a lot of these steals, should get a lot of offense from his defense, will get 10 or so points a game on his athleticism alone. How about this clip? This was a filthy defensive possession, switched on to Luka Doncic. Look at his stance here, swiping at the ball repeatedly, how he moves. stripping the ball in the end, contesting the floater. That's big time. If he can do that consistently, I mean, then he'll be a superstar in the league. Again, gets a lot of stuff in transition. I think that'll be a primary source of his offense this year. And then Hardaway Jr., another great offensive player. Look at his stance here again. Has the capability. That's what I really liked about his game. Plus NBA defensive body. He's ready to go. Should be ready to go defensively from day one. Jarrett Culver was the top pick from last year. I was really high on him coming out. You can check his draft scout up at top. Didn't have the greatest rookie season, but overall, I still think he's got a chance to be really good. Shot only 30% from 3, so that's the inconsistency. Really needs to clean up. Weirdly, also only shot 46% from the free throw line. That was weird, but 13 of 13 from the preseason, so maybe he's figured out whatever was wrong there. He's kind of a little bit of a point forward. They had him run the backup point guard at times last season. Good hitting ahead. Always sees the floor. Gets into the paint. Likes that little runner with his right hand. Like to see him be a little more athletic, though. I mean, he's certainly a great athlete. Needs to have more attacks like these. End up dunking the ball. Strong finishes as opposed to just the runners and things that get blocked, and tends to get a little small around the rim with his finishing. Needs to improve his paint decisions a little bit. But again, he's got good touch in there. He's got a good floater. I just like to see him play a little more physical brand of basketball, I think, is the key for him. Also has to get more confident with his shot in general. Passes up a decent amount of them. Can't always try to get to this floater. Getting blocked by Grayson Allen, not a great thing. Should be a little bit more active than he is on the weak side as well, but has the capability to be a good weak side cutter. This is Anthony Edwards' playmaking vision is another nice attribute to his game. And then Culver should also get a lot of offense from his defense as well, but this is kind of the quintessential Culver possession right now. Good defense, nice steal, but flips the ball to the ref, the coach, I don't even know who. They kind of view him as another stopper-type defender, though. He'll pick up a lot full court off the bench. That needs to be his main focus right now as the offense continues to grow. He can really impact the game with his defense, and I think he does have the potential to be really good still on that end. If you're wondering about Hernangomez, Noel, Naz Reid, the rest of the Timberwolves, you get a 9-minute bonus video. If you're a real junkie, patreon.com/scoutwithbrian. Join for even $2 a month to unlock a 9-minute T-Wolves bonus video. Deep dive in the rest of the roster. A whole bunch more. Go make sure you thumb up, subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching.